Georgia. So temperatures are rebounding nicely. That's the good news. As we head throughout this afternoon, those temperatures will continue to rebound. Now, of course, we have a lot of clearer sky overhead. We move into this afternoon. That's going to be just a continuous thing. Expect a lot of sunshine to go around. Let's take a look at what we had for this morning, though. Taking a look at this morning out towards the airport again, it was pretty quiet. Didn't deal with anything in the way of rainfall. We haven't had anything in the way of cloud cover either. And you see that it was just an easy going start for anybody who maybe had a flight out today or may have a flight in here to Atlanta. It is expected to be a busy day out there at Hartsfield-Jackson as well. Let's take a look out towards Georgia Tech's campus. Of course, Georgia Tech had a big game yesterday down against Miami. They had a victory, so I'm sure that there was a lot of celebrating to be had on Georgia Tech's campus last night. And for today, blue sky, beautiful. Get out there and enjoy it. Same thing out towards Athens. You know, they had a successful game too. Out towards Truist Park, it was a tough game for the Braves. But hey, you know what? Let's get back into the good spirits and everything, and hopefully we can have some better days ahead of us this next week, right? A lot of blue sky and beautiful conditions over Truist Park. Of course, the Braves are off for your Sunday here, but they'll be back again tomorrow. For today, of course, you got to support your Falcons. Falcons taking on the Texans. That's going to be at 1 p.m. If you're headed out doing some tailgating this morning, it is cool out there. Temperatures in the 50s. We're going to be rising into the 60s as we head throughout this afternoon. A lot of sunshine. You're going to want a jacket just in case, because in the shade, it is going to feel pretty cool out there. Looking across the region, 50 degrees in Clayton, 53 in Blairsville, 56 in Kent. We have 60 degrees in Atlanta, 60 in Peachtree City. A lot of spots still sitting in the 50s, though. We headed throughout yesterday. You know, we hit 72 still. We managed to get out of the 60s yesterday. As we head throughout today, I don't think we're going to be so lucky. It'll be the first time that we stay in the 60s for our highs since back in May. So very cool day compared to what we've had here, especially for the last few months. It's finally feeling like those cooler months again. And it's nice to have the drier conditions too, because not only do we have lower humidity, we also have no rain chance for today, a lot of sunshine. You look further down towards our south into the Florida Panhandle region, down into the Gulf. They have some shower activity down there. That stays away from us. We're not expecting anything like that for today. Forecast track picks up on that. You see that we have temperatures expected to rise into the 60s again for this afternoon. We're going to have beautiful conditions, plenty of sunshine overhead, and we move into tonight. Temperatures will be dropping back down into the 30s and 40s. Pretty chilly at times in some spots. Not going to be dealing with anything in the way of a freeze, though. You know, we had the frost advisory that was just for this morning for far north Georgia. Not going to be dealing with that tomorrow morning. Temperatures do rise into the 70s for highs by the time we head into Monday afternoon. You see that we have a lot of sunshine that's going to be overhead, and then we move into Tuesday, starting off the day there with a lot of cloud cover. It's looking like, but I think Forecast Track is also trying to switch our winds too early. I don't think our winds are going to switch more out of the west to southwest until we head into Wednesday. So Tuesday, I would expect us to still have some good sunshine and still be fairly cool in the morning. Temperatures in the 40s and then rebounding into the 70s again for the afternoon. Dry there for Tuesday. Wednesday will stay dry with more cloud cover and then rain chances back in later on this week. To go along with the increase in rain chances, humidity makes a little bit of a comeback. We had the drier air that has arrived here. You notice drier air arriving there and the banner at the top. Again, that has arrived and it's still sticking around, but then the humidity is expected to creep back in as we head into the end of this week. Notice as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, really climbing in those dew points back to comfortable, and then we're back into the humid range by the time we head into the Friday time frame. That's also going to be when we get our best chance for rain all week. 30% chance for rain on Thursday, 50% chance for those scattered showers by the time we head into Friday, and those are going to be our best chances for rain all week. That's not good. We need more rain chances, and we need good soaking rainfall. We need those 80, 90% chances for heavy rain, because we have a lot of abnormally dry to moderate drought conditions across the region. You look further off towards our west, it's an even bigger situation over towards Alabama and especially into Mississippi and Louisiana. I would expect our drought to worsen here as we head into this next week. The drought monitor, it updates every Thursday, so I think we're going to have a worsened drought by the time we get to this next Thursday, because we barely picked up any rainfall just a couple of days ago with the passage of that cold front. then I would expect it's even worse in the next week because it's looking like those drier conditions may continue to be an issue. We picked up 1/100 of an inch of rain. That's all we got on Friday from that shower activity that passed through with the cold front. That keeps us behind, of course, for the month. And you see that we are also behind on the year here in Atlanta as far as rain is concerned. Should be just under 40 inches. We're under 35 inches, so we're under 34 inches actually here in the Atlanta area. We've only had 4 months that brought us above average rainfall. Of course, January was significant, but you see some of these months that have been drier, they've been really dry, like back in July. And October is, on average, our driest month of the year. So it's kind of living up to that, but it's even drier than what we would hope. We need some more rainfall out there. 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain possible as we head throughout this next week. And again, that's not going to be enough to really cause a dent in these drought conditions that we're dealing with. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 67 for the high today, a lot of sunshine. On Monday, sunny and 11 on the wazometer, 75. Again, I think mostly sunny for Tuesday, 78. We kept it with an 11 on the wazometer. Then mostly cloudy by the time we head into Wednesday as the winds start to switch a little bit more out of the southwest. Temperatures still in the mid-70s for highs. No rain there. And then rain chances return on Thursday. 30% chance in and then a 50% chance for scattered showers as we head throughout the day on Friday. 75 for the high. Again, those are our two best chances for rain all week. That's going to be when we have that 1/2 of an inch to 1 inch of rainfall occur within that time frame. On Saturday, 75 and still a lot of cloud cover. Some weather models have been showing a big cool down by the time we head into next weekend. We're not showing that just yet, but I think there could be a nice cool down maybe just beyond the 7-day forecast. And speaking of just beyond the 7-day forecast, let's look at day 8 through day 14. Notice that we are expecting below average temperatures here across the southeast, not just North Georgia, the whole southeast. That's what we're expecting with anywhere from the middle portion of October all the way closer towards the end of October. It looks like we're going to start to trend below average on temperatures. Below average this time of year, that's going to be upper 60s to lower 70s, similar to what we had this weekend. So if you like the weather we had this weekend, well, we got more of it in store for you. Unfortunately, though, we are also expecting drier conditions. Remember, drought is an issue. We need some rainfall, but abnormally dry conditions likely going to continue here. As we head into the middle to end portion of October, we're likely just going to continue to see that drought worsen. So switching gears and talking about the tropics, we do have a system that's, or rather a cluster of storms, not a system yet that we can name or consider out there in the Atlantic that has a 30% chance for tropical development over the next 2 days, and over the next 7 days has an 80% chance. This system is still way over by Africa and the Cape Verde Islands. Not a threat to the United States, something we'll keep an eye on. We don't have any other systems out there right now. Philippe was out there for a while. It dissipated as it was moving off towards the north. So that's the good news. Sean would be the next name on the list if we do end up getting another named storm. Hopefully we don't have to do that, though. We don't have to name any more storms, and hopefully hurricane season just quiets down. Only 4 names left, though, on the list. We ended up having a very active season, especially there right around the climatological peak of the season, which is September 10th. Of course, we still end up having a good amount of activity possible, even into October. Notice there's a little bit of a spike here in October. Sometimes we get still some storms that can form on the tail end of fronts as they move out over the Gulf of Mexico and into the Atlantic, but that hasn't been an issue right now. And as we head into the end of the season, that's November 30th. We'll finally be done with everything. We'll keep you updated all the way throughout the rest of hurricane season. Let's take a look at the weekend getaways. Maybe you're trying to plan a little bit of a trip here for next weekend. I know we're way out, but let's take a look at the forecast. It's looking like a lot of spots are going to be dealing with showers and storms. Of course, we talked about the rain chances here in Atlanta on Friday. Well, Lake Lanier is going to be dealing with some rain there on Friday as well. Saturday and Sunday, looking like it's going to be drier in some spots, like down towards Destin. Looking at Lake Lanier, 65 degrees, 64 on Monday. Remember what we talked about just a moment ago. We were talking about how day 8 through day 14 looked like it would be below average on temperatures. Typically upper 60s for the Atlanta area would be below average this time of year. We talked about that. So you're getting an extended look at the forecast beyond the 7-day forecast, letting you know, hey, yeah, it's going to be cool not just here in Atlanta, but across the southeast. those below average temperatures expected as you head into next weekend. So if you're planning anything, just be ready for the cooler conditions. Thankfully, it does look a little bit drier for next weekend across the region after we get those showers through here Thursday and Friday for anybody who may have those outdoor plans. The Peach State outlook, looking across the state of Georgia. Getting a lot of sunshine for today, sunshine for tomorrow. Some spots are going to see some cloud cover increase on Tuesday, but I think here in Atlanta we stay mostly sunny, and then on Wednesday cloud cover really builds back in, and some spots in Georgia, mainly down towards middle and southern Georgia, will start to see some rain chances return. Let's take a look at your Georgia State Park forecast. Maybe you're off from work for tomorrow and you want to go out, take a hike somewhere in one of the beautiful places here across the region. Go maybe start to see some of those fall colors start to change. Maybe you want to head up to Immaquillola Falls. Should be beautiful up there. Brasstown Bald is going to be stunning too. You can expect those temperatures to be in the 60s. I know it's not listed here on this list, but temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s probably even for highs there, closer on up towards the top. Going to be beautiful conditions. You see Sweetwater Creek going to be in the 70s, Cloudland Canyon in the 70s. Lots of sunshine to go around. Make sure you wear some sunscreen. Go out there and enjoy it though. You'll need a jacket if you are going to be hiking earlier on in the morning hours there anywhere across the state. Even if you're down towards Skidaway Island, 53 degrees down near the coast. That's pretty cool. So let's bring back up the 7-day forecast. Again, you know, we love to do these updates now every Sunday at 11 a.m. and then we do them every Wednesday now at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. You can watch them live or you can watch them later on right here on 11 Alive on YouTube, or you can also watch them on the 11 Alive Plus app. If you don't have that yet, let me go ahead and bring this up before we end everything. Make sure you download this 11 Alive app. That's the current conditions. It's 60 degrees and you see in the hourly forecast rising into the 60s today. You can watch the newscast live, and then also you can see where the rain's occurring whenever we do have rain on the radar. But if you open it up right now, you won't see anything just because it's so sunny and dry out there. You can download the Roku and Fire TV 11 Alive Plus app. That way you can get long form updates on news and weather stories like the one you're watching right now, right there at your fingertips whenever you want to see it. You don't have to wait for the newscast. So don't forget, we have meteorologist Nicole Hartford in this evening. She's going to have the latest update on the forecast for tonight after the new numbers come in with some of the weather models. You may see some of these numbers tweaked on the 7-day after she sees what some of the weather models are showing herself with the latest updates. And then tomorrow morning we have meteorologist Chesley McNeil, and then every evening you can catch Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb, meteorologist Melissa Nord, and then myself and meteorologist Nicole Hartford giving updates and keeping everybody updated on the weather right here throughout North Georgia. So get out and enjoy the nice weather today. By the way, Braves back on Monday. They play again on Wednesday, and you know I added an A there on Thursday because they did get beat last night. You remember, they've got to win 3 games. I'm just putting it on there as they're going to win the next 3. And let's hope that everything pans out nicely, right? So we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive. Have a wonderful Sunday.